as a protection layer. As you can see underneath that foam mat, when you look underneath it, there are thousands and thousands of little bubbles. It's like a bottle cap on your bottle of Coke. It keeps the freshness in your beer. It also keeps oxygen out. If oxygen would enter your beer will start to oxidize, and this changes not only the color of your beer, it's going to get darker, but also the taste of your beer. It's going to taste a bit rusty. And trust me, you do not want this. In Dutch we call it your beer dies. And you do not want your best friend to die, right? Nope. No. So that's why we have foam. Second step, guys, smelling the beer. If you can all swirl your beers around a little bit, not because it does anything, but because it looks fancy, and take a nice big smell. What is it that you smell? I don't want to hear what you did last night, or good or bad memories. I want to hear which ingredient it is you can smell.
Levadura.
The hops, very good. And the reason you can smell the hops, guys, is because the hops are concentrated in that white foam mat on top of your beer. So it's the first thing that you're going to smell. Second ingredient which you're able to smell is the yeast. The yeast leaves a certain product in your beer. It's called esters of the yeast, or the leftovers of the yeast. And those give away a fruitiness. The fruitiness is something you can smell as well. So we're going to go over to the next step, and that's listening to our beers. If you can all listen to your beers, what is it telling you? That nobody listens to beer, guys. That's not a thing. You don't listen to beer. It's not going to tell you anything. We're actually going to drink our beers right now. I'm going to teach you how to properly drink your beers, because a lot of people do it wrong. I already gave you 2 reasons not to drink your foam mat. First of all, it's your protection layer, and trust me, you do not want to destroy your protection layer while you're on holiday in Amsterdam. Second of all, it's the most bitter part of your beers. Almost all of the hops is concentrated in that white foam mat, so you do want to drink underneath it. You want to drink the sweet part underneath that foam mat. And when you take tiny little sips of your beer, as you would do with a wine or a cocktail, what you're actually doing is you're sipping away that foam mat, the protection layer, and the bitter part. If you take bigger sips, and I'm going to show you with my hand, because otherwise my story would change every 15 minutes. What happens is that the foam mat will float on top of your beer. You drink the delicious golden liquid underneath, which is very sweet, and then when you tilt it back, it's still going to be there to keep your beer nice and fresh. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that all together on the count of 3. But before we do so, I would like to say cheers with everybody.
Cheers.
In Dutch.